haven't really, been there. They lost a really heartbreaking playoff game last year, but, the kicker's got to make a 27-yard field goal.
Oh, my God, yeah.
That's just the bottom line. So,
yeah,
I like
without
11
a
and
doubt.
5. I'm high on your Vikings, and I like 11 and 5. And if I could really quick, don't understand your program, man. I'm a football head. Minnesota has always been, even though Michigan went on like a run over Minnesota's always been a thorn in people's side. Minnesota's beaten Ohio State years. Ohio State was supposed to go undefeated. Penn State. You talk about Marion Barber the third. They had the tandem back. They had Marion Barber the third and
Lawrence Maroney.
And Lawrence Maroney. Yeah, man. You guys have a good program up there, man. And we play you guys for the Little Brown Jug. And I think don't sell Minnesota's program short, man. I know they may not be Michigan or Ohio State, but it's not a game you look at and go, oh, yeah, that's a dub. It's like, no, you better go in here and play and focus tonight because this team will beat you. It'll be a night game. The crowd will be in it. They're well coached and have a really good pride there, man. And if you go up there messing around, Minnesota will beat you. I've seen them do it before.
And the thing is about the Gophers, and again, folks, we got VeeJay Wright here joining us, the sports governor, Vince Wright, by the way, on Sports Done Right here on Spreaker.com. And make sure you check us out on the website, xsquadaffiliates.com as well. VeeJay, the Gophers opened up the Big Ten schedule with Penn State. I think that's going to be a very telling game. Now, Penn State's okay, but it's a game that you can go on the road in Happy Valley, and definitely you have a shot at winning this. I think the Gophers will be, a slight underdog, deservedly so. But if they're able to pull that win off, again, that we're taking a big leap saying that they're going to go in there 3-0 from their preseason. They open up this year with Oregon State here at TCF Bank Stadium. I think that'll be a good kind of barometer for an opening game as well. A decent squad from a major conference. But, man, if the Gophers can get by Penn State, they come back here, and now then they face Iowa the week after that. That's going to tell you a lot right there.
No, I'm with you. And they could beat now. If Christian Hackenberg had stayed in Happy Valley, I would actually pick them to battle Michigan in the Big Ten this year. But he decided to go, albeit I thought maybe bad advice from an agent or from maybe family members who want the money out of it. I thought he could have used another year at Penn State.
I definitely
that division is Michigan. Yeah, it's Michigan or Ohio State division to lose this year. When you're talking about breaking in new quarterbacks, Penn State, breaking in new quarterback, Michigan State, breaking in new quarterback, Iowa, who only lost one game last year. When you're breaking in new quarterbacks, and even Michigan, we're breaking in new quarterback, but we're breaking in another fifth-year senior until Peters, the All-American kid that was number 2 quarterback ranked at Michigan, that's there now with the spring training and all of that. But I don't think he starts as Brandon Peters. I don't think he starts as a freshman. Okay. I think the kid from Utah is going to from Houston, is going to start. But Harbaugh's just kind of leading, just like we did with Jake Rudolph. As the year went on, Jake Rudolph started to look like an NFL quarterback. But people have to forget, he had played 4 years at Iowa. Like, this is a fifth-year senior. So when you're breaking in a new quarterback, I think it's always going to be hard. But Minnesota, I like the Oregon State game. I'll say a win. That's a win. Oregon State's program isn't, near close to being anything competitive as far as what a program of that caliber should be. But I mean, you're right. I think they could go non-conference 3-0, going to Penn State. You get that win. I mean, you're 2 or 3 wins away from a after Christmas, maybe New Year's Eve ball game, and that would be great for that program.
It
but
does.
They just don't get the recruits there, man. And that's the only thing about Minnesota. They just don't get the recruits, man. If they did, they would be able to compete.
Very well said. And VeeJay, first off, before I continue here with the host of Unsportsmanlike Conduct, VeeJay Wright, let me welcome a few new chat people. We got the lovely DJ Nunu up in here. I'd like to say what's going on with her. And, folks, we got to say what up to the Godfather, the man that really started everybody on this podcast journey. It is his birthday today, so we got to say what up to, and by the way, happy birthday to the one and only Jungle Brother. He's listening on the road tonight, driving that big rig, so appreciate you stopping in here, Jungle. And let me make sure I got everybody. I think that those were 2 of the newest joiners. So let me get back here to VeeJay Wright. Now, VeeJay, you're out there in California, out there in Los Angeles. Let me ask you, man, how is the vibe out there for the return of the NFL to Los Angeles?
Oh, it's been bananas, man. They're going crazy. They love it. I got a few friends a few sports writers out here that's going to make sure I get on the field this year. And for my Dolphins game come out here, and then Cam Newton, the Panthers come out here. I've already got passes for that game, so immediate pass to get onto the field. So some way, somehow, Cam Newton's my favorite NFL player by far. It's not even close. I support that brother all the way through, man. I'm pro-black all the way, man. When there's a black quarterback that's doing his thing and good in society and good with the people, that's my guy, man. I was that way with Cunningham. I was that way with Vic. And we didn't know Vic's troubles until, 10 years into his career anyway. But the early Vic, nobody knew about the dog fighting and stuff. I loved Vic, Warren Moon, all those, Dante Culpepper, all those guys, man. I am a black quarterback guy. So I'll be at that game. But anyway, the Rams, everybody's excited. I got a chance to meet Todd Gurley and speak to him the other night at the ESPN Awards and the after party, hanging out, chilling, doing my thing. I've had Eric Dickerson on my radio show. Asked him about it all. But they're excited, man. LA, here, what's so funny, though? They don't even really need football out here. It's LA. There's something to do every night, 365 through the year. I'll tell you this. They better put a good product on the field after the first year, because first year they're playing the Coliseum. Next year they'll be in basically their version of what Jerry Jones built in Dallas. They're building out here in Los Angeles. Shops, restaurants, Houston, the whole nine, all in one complex.
Right.
But by that year, they better have a good product on the team on the field, because nobody's going to go watch a 3-19 in the end of October, beginning of November, where you can go out to Santa Monica, Zuma Beach, or Venice Beach and see half-dressed ladies in November because it's 85 degrees out here. There's just other things to do than go and watching a 3-9 or 4-10 team. The product better be, or they'll be leaving in 15, 20 years again, just like they had to before.
Yeah, and, that would be something, man, because I always, I grew up in the 70s, grew up with the Los Angeles Rams, actually a couple good playoff series with the Vikings back in the day, back then with the Youngblood brothers and all that. So
yes,
I've always thought of them as the LA Rams. I was not a fan of when they moved to St. Louis. I was, even though they won a Super Bowl in St. Louis, I was just never impressed with the stadium, the situation there. So I really hope that this thing can work for them back out west. But you are absolutely right, man. I've been to Cali plenty of times. I got a lot of friends, from Oceanside to San Diego on up and down the coast, man. So I get it. And, you're right. And plus they have to deal with traffic to try and even go watch a sorry team. Nah, man, I'm going over to Santa Monica. I'm going to Malibu, just like you said.
Yeah. And not only that, next year it's in the Coliseum. Coliseum, if you guys don't know about LA, doesn't sit in the best neighborhood. It sits right in the middle of South Central. It goes right down Figueroa Street. A lot of blood, a lot of crime, a lot of gang activity, a lot of bad stuff out there. And people aren't just going to want to subject themselves to that. Road teams or road people coming in. I'm not a big component for live games because there's too many drunken idiots in the stands these days. Too many fights. People are getting shot in parking lots. I saw an incident at a Laker game that, involved, the police being coming over and macing a bunch of people and fighting guys off with the batons and everything because of a fight that broke out. And it's like, God, man, it's just sports, guys. None of y'all play.
Exactly.
None of y'all make any money off of this. None of y'all making the team. Nobody out here making the team. If you were, you'd be inside in the locker room. You're not making the team. What are you fighting for? So that's another thing they need to be there. When they move to the bigger news place, it'll be just like they did with Washington, D.C. and where the Nationals play. That used to be Anacostia River. That used to be the hood in D.C. They brought all those people out, tore them homes down, cleaned all that up because they're saying, we're going to put a pro stadium over here. The last thing we want to worry about is the gang and drug activity coming through the parking lots or coming through, where people are trying to get to the game. And 9 times out of 10, these are family people, man, that are trying to, bring their kids and their wives or whatever, to the game. So, yeah, the product better be good, man, because if not, brother, I'm telling you, 15, 20 years, they'll be moving from L.A. And they'll do it in a heartbeat because, once again, L.A. doesn't need football. It's got the Lakers. It's got USC football. UCLA. It's got nightclubs. It's got pretty girls. It's got, if you're a female, it's got good-looking men. It's got the beach, the surf, the food, the nightlife,
everything.
Comedy.
It's got everything.
Everything. Celebrities. You got Hollywood. It does not need the NFL at all. It will survive.
And folks, VeeJay Wright, he's preaching tonight, man. That's why I'm glad this brother definitely called us and surprised us. And hope that we will definitely be hearing from him more. Make sure you're checking out Unsportsmanlike Conduct on Spreaker.com. That is his show. And, man, it is. I love it. It's on my favorites. Like I said, I started sharing it, tweeting it out there, VeeJay. So just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Now, let me get a couple more questions with you. Do you have time?
Sure, no, take your time. I got all time, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man, because I've been, like I said, a big fan of your show, and I appreciate you stopping by here. Now, Let's talk about them Los Angeles Lakers, man. I grew up a Laker fan. They are my favorite team, and I roll with them still to this day as my favorite team. Them and my Timberwolves, of course. But, man, ever since Dr. Buss obviously has passed away, this thing has gone literally into the toilet. You know, you're out there, you're in the mix, you know people, you got the connections, man. What are you hearing about the Los Angeles Lakers, and can this thing be turned around in the next few years? Because and tell me if my perception's wrong, VeeJay, because you live out there. It's starting to seem to me like a lot of the younger people are becoming the hardcore Clippers fans, and the LA fans are, you know, I'm 47 years old, kind of in that age range, and if they don't start winning soon, they may start losing a little bit of a grip on LA. I mean, you know, they got the championships, they got the history, so it'll be a Laker town, but do you see what I'm saying, or am I wrong?
I think you're slightly wrong. One thing I never fool myself about are trendy teams. You know, Queens will be a Mets town, but the rest of New York will always be a Yankees town. It's just the way it goes. LA, it's trendy because the thing about LA is LA doesn't like to lose at anything. This town isn't made of losers. This town is made of winners. You think about actors, and you think about musicians, or you think about people. I mean, Chris Brown lives out here now. Chris Brown is from Virginia, where I'm from. And Chris Brown knew he's smart enough to move to L.A. This is where you record the best. This is where the best studios are. This is where the best stuff happens. This is where you got to be. Kevin Hart, he's a big Philadelphia guy. Talks Philadelphia. Where's his mansion at, though? It's in Beverly Hills. He lives out here in California. There's winners out here. And that seeps into the fan base of sports. They don't like losing. So they'll kind of find something to entertain themselves. The Clippers are a second-round team. That's all they're ever going to be. This is a Lakers town. It will always be a Lakers town. I will tell you this, though. I just got off the air doing another show with a friend of mine on Blog Talk Radio, and I was asked the same question by a young female caller that called in. The Lakers are going through, my brother, what all franchises at some point in all pro sports have to go through. They've just been blessed not to have to go through it in the last 45 years. And that's called, you ready for the scary R word? Rebuilding.
Rebuilding, yes, sir.
It's rebuilding. They used to be able to reload. Florida State used to be able to reload. Michigan, reload. The Yankees, reload. Carolina basketball, Duke basketball, St. Louis Cardinals, the San Francisco Giants. You know, the franchises, dude, they've been able to. Manchester United, let's go across the water. Manchester United, every year, they just reload. They just plug in the next guy, go get the next big free agent, plug it. But sooner or later, something changes, and you have to do what everybody else has been having to do. While you got to reload, these other 20 teams have been rebuilding. Coach after coach, GM after GM, president after president, point guard after point guard, center after center, pitcher after pitcher, quarterback after quarterback, over and over again. What Laker fans need to do is just relax. Understand where you are. Yankees fans, too. These are two major franchises right now. Daddy's dead and gone, okay? Daddy that did it right. Daddy that never really made a mistake. Daddy that hit on just about every free agent pick he had. Daddy that hit on just about every rookie prospect that he drafted. He's gone. And the kids weren't paying attention. That's the problem. And now you're trying to replicate what Daddy was doing. But guess what? Daddy already invented the Laker girls. You're late. Daddy already been at the nightclub at the arena after the games. You're late. Daddy already talked to Shaq and showed him the banners and showed him the championship banners and the retired jerseys and the rafters. You're late. You have to evolve or perish. The Steinbrenner kids don't know what the hell they're doing. The Bucks kids don't know what the hell they're doing. They did not pay attention. They just partied and spent Dad's money and walked around with the ego of, I'm the son, I'm the heir to the Yankees, I'm the heir to the Lakers. The Lakers have got it right, though. Julius Randle, great pick. D'Angelo Russell, star potential all over him. Brandon Ingram, I might have taken him 1 overall. I know Simmons is going to be a beast, and I know I like Simmons. But give me the guy that can shoot now. Don't give me the guy that has to learn to shoot, because he may not learn to shoot. But the guy that can shoot now, he's not going to forget how to shoot. Shooting is like riding a bike. Once you do it once, tie on your shoes, drive it a stick. Once you do it once, you'll never forget how to do it again. So I think they're on the right path. Like the fans just need to realize, take the reload out of it. You're not getting Durant. You're not getting Westbrook. You weren't going to get LeBron, Melo, Aldridge last year. It's not that era no more. You have to rebuild and build from the